Molly, what are we doing? We're getting trees, aren't we? We need a little windbreak at our house, don't we? So, since Daddy's cheap, we're digging up some cedar trees from the pasture. Killing two birds with one stone. Cedar trees are weed in the pasture, but you know that they're hard to kill, so might as well use them as a windbreak. Yeah. Yeah. So, that's what we're doing this Sunday afternoon.
Meet the Peterson family. Our dad, the three Peterson brothers, and our families farm together in central Kansas. Our family farm started in 1882 and has been raising cattle and crops ever since. Please subscribe to this channel and give us a like and a comment if you enjoy the video.
So it's April 10th. The earliest I ever remember planting corn for us was, I think, April 14th, maybe the 12th. Usually around April 20th is when we start planting corn. But it is supposed to be 80 degrees or 90 degrees in the 80s, upper 80s all week long. And so I am getting the planter tractor ready, hoping to hook onto the planter tomorrow. We have moisture to plant corn into, but it'll need rain, kind of like last year. Now last year the corn did get rain and didn't do, it did better than a lot of our other crops. So blowing out the radiator and filters and cleaning the cab, cleaning up our planter tractor that was a feedlot tractor all winter long. So sorry tractor, you earn your keep around here. Get out of the way, baler. We got a planter to hook onto.
Alright, we're farming. We got 3 tractors all in Greg's yard. Got to get this one topped off a little more with fuel. And that one's filled with fuel. Then we're going to have to use that tractor to pull the baler out because it's in front of the planter. And we'll get this 7R tractor on the planter.
Hook her up. Now for all the hoses.
Alright, we got a Pro Box over the top here. We're getting closer. Got all hooked up there. Okay, we're getting this cart hooked on. It's what's next on the list.
Putting your blinker on. Look at that big rig you're pulling. That's pretty cool, huh? Oh, you want me to sit in the buddy seat? Are you driving? Can you steer it? Can you go boom, 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 boom? You're doing so good. Driving a tractor at 1.5.
All right, the group of fall cows and calves is nearing its last days here on this triticale. They've been a happy bunch ever since it greened up really good.
Okay, this is hopefully our first day of planting. If everything goes well, things are moving a little slower than I wanted them to, but I think that's always normal for the first day of planting. Got over some trees yesterday and then hoping to make it to the field this morning. So just yesterday we got this set and seed kit in the mail. So before I head out, I'm going to try that out. And this helps you set your depth of the planter. You can calibrate each row unit, and you can use it to find out how deep you're going to go before you're in the field. And I'll probably end up checking in the field, of course, how things are looking, where the moisture is. But I think this will be valuable to find out kind of where we're set at. It has a block with 1 inch, and then 1/2 inch spacings after that. So I'm setting it at 2-inch depth. Just gonna set it under there. I don't know if my aim will be good enough because I got the planter a little higher than the instructions say to. And I'm gonna have this set on the deepest setting, and I'll set it down on there and then move this up and click it in where it is, where it'll set down on there. Okay, so I want to make sure my planter is level. I have it set down on there. The way I understand it, just move this up to where it clicks in. Yeah, so there, that would be too shallow. There it clicks in. Now I know that'll be 2 inches, which is where I want to plant the corn. We had it up here at the end of last season. We plant milo a little shallower. So because each opener disc can wear differently, just depending on what kind of ground you have, they recommend doing every single row. And then you know every single row is the depth you want. And then the other thing is, if we were back at the shop, I could have this planter a foot off the ground, and I could use just a floor jack and have that setting seed on the floor jack, and then just jack it up to each row unit, and then you can do, you know, every row real fast. And that kind of gives you some confidence and just a standard where you know that you have them each the same, and you know you have a reference point. Everything's started up. I got my fans on. I'm basically ready to plant, but I'm in Greg's yard. I ran a fill disc, so that turns all my discs one turn and fills it up with seed. I've got everything switched over to corn on the monitor, and I think I'll be ready to go to the field. We just take that cover off. Every one of these cells has corn seed in it. Looks like good singulation, good pressure. Everything seems to be working as it should. Now we just gotta go put it in the ground. So usually we start planting corn pretty close to home, pretty close to the shop. This year, the planter was parked over here at Greg's house, and we have a field a little ways from here that I think it'll be beneficial to have it in first and early. I'm gonna try to go start there, and we'll see if I regret being a pretty long ways away. But you're ready, right, planter? Right, tractor? I've got a jug. I got my lunch. I got coffee. And I got Greg on call just in case I have trouble. So we'll see how it goes. If anyone has any questions or want to look into the setting seed, there's their information. And glad we could try it out. Pretty simple but useful tool. Rolling out. Let's do this thing. It's like 80 degrees. It's already noon, but I wanted to eat my lunch while planting. So we'll see how this goes. How hungry I get. We're cooking. Dusty and windy though. Wind is blowing much faster than I'm driving. Well, I'm planting. Not gonna get a ton done today, but got all the kinks out. Everything seems to be working now. Plant corn 23. It's going. We'll see. We have a chance of rain in the forecast now, so we'll get some planted the next couple days and maybe hope for a rain over the weekend. I'd be fine with a little gap in between planting, because there's definitely some dry spots here. Most of it I think will be just fine because we have pretty good residue cover. So there's moisture there, but some of the compacted areas, like on the end rows, I'm a little worried about coming up. Hopefully we'll get a rain to take care of that. I was surprised, but this wind dries stuff out. The air's just been so dry. Well, I got 50 acres done, which isn't that much, but obviously it's still light out. But it was a good start. I'm gonna go home and have supper with my wife and my 2-week-old and Henley, my daughter, so and try to get a decently early start tomorrow. Not too worried about hammering down. There is a chance of rain for Saturday, but it doesn't sound like too much, so I'm hoping to get a couple fields done, but by no means do we need to have all our corn in. Ziva came with me to plant today. We'll see how she does. I think she'll like it. She was ready to get out of the house. That new baby's been getting all the attention. Fill her up. Gotta get some greasing done. Fans on. 3-point hitch down. New field started. Let's knock out this 80. So we've planted milo into double crop milo stalks a decent amount. It works pretty good. You have to get your nitrogen out there because you have a high C to N ratio with all this stalks and wheat stubble on top. But that also creates a really nice residue cover to hold in moisture. Now this year it's not as heavy as a lot of years because last year both the wheat and the milo was pretty poor. I'm planting pretty low population on this field, so there's not very many seeds out here to find. And surprise, surprise, it's windy again today. Okay, there's the seed. 2 inches down, you can see we have pretty decent moisture down there with all this heavy residue, so. And there's a chance, they've increased our chance of rain a little tonight. I don't want to jinx it, but I was going to see if I could find the next one. There it is. I scooped it out, but all the iState guys are like, wow, your seeds are way too far apart. But the bottom field I planted thicker at 22,000, and then the high spots I'm planting at 18,000 seeds per acre. Hoping for 100 bushel corn, and I think I'll have the flexibility to do 130. And then if it stays really dry, you know, hopefully we can catch rain and still get 70. Who knows? I believe in keeping good residue cover. This is going to be ready to soak up moisture and hold it when it does come. And it'll come sometime. About half done, so I'm gonna fill, then I'll have enough to finish. I love seeing those row units go right in between the old rows. I don't think Ziva's too bored yet. I think she needs some water though. How are you doing? Do you know what you're getting yourself into? My flow meter flow kind of moves around, so I like to double check my gallons when I fill compared to how many acres I've done. Fertilizer's coming right out at 28 gallon per acre. Good chance for a water break. So while I was filling, I checked all the fertilizer openers to make sure they had fertilizer coming out, and one of them did not, which is unfortunate. And so I took this, found out it was the check valve. It's got some crud in there, so I'm gonna try to get it cleaned off, then it should be working. So hopefully it hasn't been doing that too long. We have the sight glasses, but they're kind of hard to see with this dark stuff. There it is. I had to use my high-tech tool here to poke that through there because I couldn't reach it with my finger. Well, folks, the rest of the field went pretty uneventful. Got that all done. The chances of rain have improved for tonight, so I hope they come through. Gonna get this folded up, headed home. We're not gonna start on another field. I'll probably just put it in the shed, see what happens. Hopefully we have even better moisture to plant into next week.
Brighton, look what we found over here. You guys, I think this is a good sign. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. The turtles are moving. Thanks for watching, everyone. Check out our music videos linked in the description. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, and explore our website, www.petersonfarmbrothers.com. See you guys next time.